You can't start building big habits without taking the first step. I want to challenge myself. So for the next 30 days, I'm going to limit my transportation to and from work by only walking. Now, the challenge. Mornings are going to be fairly easy. I usually wake up with a pretty high energy. What's going to be hard is leaving on time. It's either I'm walking or worst case scenario, I'm running to work. And the next part that's gonna be challenging for me is after work. The caffeine's worn off and I'm generally really sleepy after work and I don't really want to walk on over. Going into the new year, one of my goals is to be more financially aware. Walking may take up more time, but it squeezes a little bit less money out of me. Instead of spending money on Lime bikes or scooters or even having to Uber to work. In turn, this will actually open up more opportunity for this next reason. Reflection. I'm able to use this time to be more with myself, to take time a little bit slower and to listen to music or maybe that favorite podcast that I love.
On another bad note, I completely forgot my headphones.
And that brings me to the last reason. It's a small and attainable workout. From my apartment to work, it's about a 45-ish minute walk. And there's a bunch of studies saying how good workouts can be. I'm not gonna act like I did all that research beforehand or at all really. I just know that being active genuinely makes me feel better. So I just hope to share this experience with you guys.
So, first morning, walking. It's like a normal day going to work. It's freezing and just doing this to hold myself accountable to make sure that I'm actually doing this. So, oh, a rabbit. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Dude, what are the chances of that?
Little did I know, this challenge was gonna get off to a weird start.
Day 3. It's like pretty icy out, snow's out, but air actually feels a little bit warmer than the last couple days, so. So, 1 week mark today. I gotta book it. I am pretty late. Okay, yeah, I gotta start running. Couple minutes away from work and I made it. It's like a 2 mile run in about 20 minutes, so pretty happy. Never gonna leave late again.
After the first week, it was off to a good start, but definitely more fatigued. I think a part of that could be the competition that had just happened. I documented Boulder Fest, which that day I was up from 5 a.m. to 2 a.m. and then woke up the next day at 5 a.m. again. That really made walking the next morning tough. These small changes in my day-to-day definitely make me think differently on how I manage my energy and time. On 12/8, I was extremely tired. The night prior, my puppy was going through some growing up stuff. Let's just say, anytime I would get into bed, she'd go crazy. This made me super tired the morning after, which made me leave a bit late.
Woke up late again today. I don't know what it was. I ran majority of the way up to where we are now, but yeah, it's been a little tough. I think I couldn't fall asleep yesterday. I don't know why. Been having a hard time sleeping in general, partially because of the puppy too. I don't know. This kind of been a weird late half week. On another bad note, I completely forgot my headphones in my Uber the other day. And now I don't have any music in the morning or anything like that, so it's really just me, myself, and I. So
coming home has been super tough. I ended up just chilling on the side and taking in the cold air. I wasn't just physically fatigued, but I was also getting mentally fatigued.
Man, today it just feels like garbage. It's like, overthinking everything, you know. It's like some of those little things that don't normally get to you start to get to you because they add up and ball up. But like at the same time, I know like, oh, life's got to move on. I got to move on. I got to keep going. But then when I think about that, I could just get like frustrated with myself. Should be further than where I'm at right now. It's just like, yeah, it's just one of those days of just overthinking. I don't know. It's a good time to think about it, I guess, and to just like accept that's how I feel and work it out. I'm sure there's an upside soon, right? We'll see.
On the 10th day, I knew something had to change. I forced myself to sleep at 8 p.m.
This morning I grabbed myself a bagel, got out the door. Still a little bit late, but I don't have to like run the whole way. Probably just run like the last section of it. Overall, just in a better mood compared to yesterday. Last few days have been like really rough. So yesterday I went to bed at like 8:30, and got like 9-10 hours of sleep, which I think is what I needed. I think that's what I've been lacking and why my brain's been mentally foggy and not feeling the brightest. So
that's exactly what I ended up needing. I needed those 8+ hours of sleep. I completely forgot with being active also comes rest and recovery. You know, at the end of the day, you might have a couple rough nights, you might lose your AirPods, but it's important that we do keep moving on. And it's also important that we reflect and think about why we might be having those rough days. And for me, it came down to the simple fact that I just wasn't getting enough sleep. It's nice to see that at the end of having a full night's rest, I was feeling more productive.
You know, because I was a dummy and lost my AirPods in the Uber, the last couple of walks, they've been a little bit more productive. I was like writing up a shot list, had more space to think of like the ideas that I'm trying to come up with for future videos. So maybe losing my headphones was actually like a blessing in disguise.
I walked and I walked. It's crazy to look back and see how many steps I accumulated. The previous month, I would average 8,000 steps per day. But this month, I saw a huge increase. There were some days where I had up to 20,000 steps, which is the most that I've ever had.
That was the most people I've ever seen out this early. Everyone's getting ready to watch the World Cup, so it's pretty cool to see like the different bars and whatnot open super early.
During these walks, it really allowed time for me to be with myself.
It's actually sunny. There's like a massive bakery that's nearby. So every morning, it just smells like bread.
I definitely think this is something that I'm going to keep doing in the future, especially when I just need to clear my head and let my thoughts roam free. So, did I complete this challenge? Well, I was late one more time.
So the ice is melted. It's pretty rainy. I'm so late. I don't know what happened to my second alarm, but it didn't go off, so I overslept like in 2 hours.
Other than some of my timeliness, did I complete this challenge?
I think that's a yes. I didn't touch a bike, I didn't touch a scooter, I didn't go on the streetcar or anything like that. Even on those days that I was running late, that was honestly my mistake. I feel like I've definitely learned from that and maybe not completely fixed my timeliness, but I'm on the right track to get that all hashed out. Nonetheless, I definitely learned something from this challenge. I think my biggest takeaway is that I need to give myself the space to think. It was about an hour for one way, so 2 hours a day of just being in my own thoughts and letting myself think what I wanted to think, be in my surroundings. I wouldn't have experienced that without losing my AirPods for one, but also just if I didn't give myself that time. And I think this is the first time that I've really done something specifically for my mental health. This was super therapeutic. I really hope that if you are thinking about doing something like this, I would do it. It's a great start to be with yourself and to build those bigger, better habits. It's just walking. Anybody can walk. Anybody can do this challenge. But the real question is, will you take the time to do it? Will you give yourself the time to be with yourself? That's something that we have to do. We're so busy on our phones and social media, we just don't spend enough time with ourselves. So this was honestly one of the best journeys that I've really had, and I'm so happy that I'm able to share it with you guys and that I actually documented the process. If you guys like this video, be sure to check out this last one. I'll see you guys next time.